Let's talk about real estate, or in general, let's talk about business. And, I've thought about this subject quite a bit over the last few weeks as I've been displaced a little bit, couldn't come into the office and do what I love doing. But I've been thinking about the whys, the expectations, the difficulties, the things that interfere in our day-to-day life, our day-to-day makeup, what makes us, have a drive, what doesn't allow us to have a drive. And I came to one big conclusion. I don't talk enough about it, so I'm going to do that today. So I want to talk about the blame game. We all blame, right? We don't have it because. We didn't do it because. We always have that because. And the reality is, you're the only one to blame. I'm the only one to blame. If I don't have something that I want, or if something isn't going the way I want it to go, and I allow myself to position myself in that place continuously, I'm the only one to blame. Now, some of us can say, well, but Mike, you're already successful. You don't understand. Well, there was a day I wasn't. I started off just like everybody else. In fact, I probably started off less than everybody else. I didn't have an infrastructure around me to help me with some of the things that I needed help with at the time. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a mentor. Certainly didn't have a set of parents that cared. But enough with my blame. But we have to stop blaming our circumstance. Stop blaming people around us. Stop blaming our position that we've placed ourselves in life. Stop blaming how we're treated, if we're a minority, how hard it is, if we're this or that. Who cares? The beauty of real estate investing. And I've said this many times if I've said it once. The beauty about real estate investing is it doesn't care if you're a girl, a guy, a girl who wants to be a guy who wants to be a girl. It doesn't care if you're Jewish, Catholic, Christian, Muslim, anything. It just doesn't care. It doesn't care if you're fat, you should. It doesn't care if you're skinny. It doesn't care if you're short, tall, athletic, not so athletic, never threw a baseball. It doesn't care. The only thing real estate cares about is that it has been driven and someone is driving it. That's the only thing it needs. You are its driving force. It is not going to do it on its own. You will not have anything in life if you expect it, whatever you want, to show up at your front door. It's not going to be delivered by FedEx or UPS. Amazon doesn't sell it. You have to go and create it. So stop blaming your circumstance. Stand up right now. Stand up and say, I'm going to start taking charge of who I am, what I want, and I'm going to set things in motion that causes me to be successful. I'm going to stop doing what I've been doing because guess what, folks? You suck at it. If you don't have what you want, whatever you have, you suck at. You're horrible at it because you can't figure it out. Partly because you're blaming something or yourself or somebody else or your circumstance. Stop it. Just stop it. Stand up, determine what you want, go for it. I use the phrase falling forward a lot. People ask me, Mike, what's falling forward? Well, I know we're going to fall down. We have a choice. We can stay down. Get kicked again, stay down, be useless, not have the desire to achieve. You can be that person. Probably already are. That's why you're not successful yet, because you haven't stood up. You haven't got back up. But if you're going to get back up, let's go forward. Don't go backwards. Don't quit. No one likes a quitter. You want to see a quitter? Go find a homeless person. Yes, I said it's not politically correct. But you want to find someone who's quitting, look around you. Your friends are quitting because if you are not successful, you have friends who are not successful. Just a matter of fact of life. If you're successful, you're going to hang around successful people. That's what we do. We get rid of the friends that aren't successful because we don't want the weight. They're a weight. They're a drain. They don't even understand our vocabulary. They don't even know why we do what we do and why we want what we want. They're dead weight. Get rid of them. And you still have them, you're not successful yet. And don't tell me you're successful and have your old friends. Baloney. So fall forward. You're going to fall down. Don't stay there. But why? Here's the big question for you. Everybody has to answer this. When they decide to stop blaming somebody else, something, themselves, their circumstance, their mom and their dad, their color of their skin, the fact that they have 3 eyes, whatever it is. When you're done doing that, feeling sorry for yourself, ask yourself why. Why do you want to have more? Tell you what, more is pretty cool. More is really cool. You know what you can do with more? A lot. You can drive a Rolls Royce. You can live in a nice home. You want to go on vacations. You can have a business that doesn't require you. You can have a lot you can do for people that can't do for themselves. You can teach people. You can mentor people. You can do a ton of things with more. You can enjoy life. We're only on this earth for a second and a half, it seems. Better fill it up. You can either fill it up with blame and pity, or you go out there and do something in life. But why do you want to do it? What is it? If you can't figure that out, if you do not know what it is you're driving for, not driving to, but what are you driving for, you won't succeed. You know, everybody says every January, I want to do this. I want to get this, six-pack abs. I want to get in shape. I want to be, something other than what I am. But they don't really have a why. But why do I want to do it? And because they don't have a why, they quit. Gyms don't mind because they like to oversell gym memberships because they know that some people are never going to come back. Are you that person that joins and never goes back? If you are, you didn't figure out your why. Why did you want to join the gym? And then do something about it once you figure out your why. And your way is going to be different than my why. Now, I know why I do what I do. And it's very simple to me. I do what I do. I want to create wealth so I can do for people who can't do for themselves. I want to be able to give my family a life of success. I am going to teach them how to have success. That's my why. We all start out and go, yeah, but I want $1 million. You know what? When you get one, it doesn't matter. It's not going to do much for you other than make your bank account bigger. Why did you want the $1 million? What's the $1 million going to do? What is the driving force behind the $1 million? That achievement. There has to be a bigger cause, a bigger reason. Figure it out. Live to it. Put that down. Look at it. Believe in it. Because if you don't look at it, don't believe in it, you'll forget it, and then you'll stop going to the gym. But what can you expect during this process? I can absolutely tell you what you're going to expect, what you should expect. Frustration, heartache, disappointment, achievement, success. You'll have all of those. It's what you do with each one of them that matter. So let's assume for a second you have heartache. You don't achieve. You have a little failure. So what? Who hasn't looked in the mirror and seen a blemish on the person looking back at us and go, oh my God, I have a blemish. Well, get over it. They go away. Do something about it. Don't do that again, because if you do, you didn't learn anything from the mistake. So whatever it is that causes you a detour, bruised knees, heartache, don't do that again. Figure it out what it is. In every business, you have to look at what worked and what didn't work and evaluate both of them equally. Because if you don't know what worked, you can't repeat it. And if you don't know what didn't work, you will repeat it. So determine why it didn't work and don't do it again. Can you do it? Absolutely. Unless you can't. So if someone asks, Mike, can I achieve greatness? Absolutely. What do you want to achieve greatness in? And they tell me, I'm going to ask them why. Why is that important? And if they can convince me that that's their why, then yes, I know that they can. But until they can convince me, they can't convince themselves. But can you do it? Absolutely. Can you fail at it? Absolutely. You've already started failing at it. Being where you're at is a failure. You only have an upside here, people. People tell me all the time, well, Mike, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to fail too. That's why I do. People don't do because they're afraid to fail. That's a bunch of crap to me. You do because you're afraid to fail. You don't because you're afraid to fail. That's ridiculous. Change your mind frame, people. Get up there and go do something. Create some massive opportunity for yourself and other people. Let's face it. That second and a half is going to go quick. You're going to be at the end of your life. You're going to look back and what did you achieve? Blame. You didn't know your why. You didn't know what to expect. You never told yourself you could do it. Damn it, you can do it. But you got to do this when you're doing it. You always have to be pushing it. You can never be satisfied being a success. You have to be a better success today than you were yesterday and a better success tomorrow than you were today. And you have to be pushing it every friggin' hour, every friggin' minute, every friggin' second of your life. I don't care what it is you want. The moment you become complacent, it's gone. Someone will take your success and run with it because you showed them how to get this far and you quit. Now, if you want to be a quitter, quit. But all you've done is shown someone else how to go further. To me, that's horrible. You take that baton and you run that race. And you go all the way to the end of that second and a half, and you look back of all your accomplishments, and you look back at all of the things that you've done for the people in your life, and all the people that you've helped that couldn't help themselves, and you proudly leave this earth. That's what you have to do. You have to always be pushing yourself to do better every day. The moment you think you're there, you know everything, you don't know shit. If you think you know everything, you need to go find someone who knows more and ask them to help you succeed. You need to start reading some books about people that have failed and then become successes, and what it takes to go from falling down and falling forward to success and helping people and turning it around and paying it back. But don't ever stop. Push. Push yourself to greatness. The only person in this world, in this life, is going to push you is yourself. And you know what? If you don't push somebody, which is yourself, all you're doing is blaming. All you're doing is being complacent. Who wants that? Who wants to be a half-ass? Well, some of you may have raised your hand on that. I don't. I don't want to be a wannabe. I don't want to be a newbie. I want to be someone who's in charge of my life, my existence, my wealth, my happiness, my life. No regrets. Don't have regrets in life, people. Second and a half, bam, you're gone. If you didn't live on this earth and leave it better than you got here, what a waste of a gift. If you don't leave this earth with the people that you reared and raised and called family, and you didn't position them in a better place, teach them right from wrong, immoral to moral, how to be ethical, what a waste. Be pushing it all the time. Live your why. Grab it, get it, keep going with it. Don't turn back. That's all I got.